So this is my work called Confluence. It's the fifth work in my series called Our Changing Seas, and it's a celebration of the fragile beauty of Indonesia's coral reefs. I've had the opportunity to explore coral reefs in Indonesia in places like Raja Ampat and Komodo and Bali, and they're so inspiring. They're my muse for my artwork. But I think art is also a powerful tool to raise awareness about conservation. So in addition to the vibrant, colorful, healthy corals, there's also bleached corals, which are less healthy as a result of climate change, which is a major threat to coral reefs. So ceramic, I think, is a really good material to build coral reefs. Through my art, I want to convey a sense of fragility. And ceramic, as you may imagine, is very fragile. Porcelain anemone tentacles break really easily if you mishandle them. And that's really similar to coral reefs in the wild. If you handle a coral, if you touch coral when you're snorkeling or scuba diving, you can kill it very easily. And so that shared sense of fragility is really important to my work. The reefs in Indonesia are so special and really close to my heart. I've had the chance to go scuba diving in Raja Ampat and Komodo and some other reefs, and soon I'll be able to visit Alor. And the reefs in Indonesia are more diverse and healthy than almost anywhere else on the planet. Indonesia is in a region called the Coral Triangle, which is more diverse than anywhere else on Earth, and scientists actually call it the Amazon rainforest of the ocean because of that. There are so many little things we can do to protect reefs. Each of us makes a difference. So doing little things to slow down climate change are really helpful. So eating less meat, eating less fish, being careful about what you actually choose to consume can make a big difference. And then there are other threats to reefs like pollution and plastic, and so cutting down on the materials we waste can also be helpful. I think the biggest threat overall to coral reefs is climate change, but policy needs to adapt to prioritize renewable energy, and we really need a policy movement with nations around the world to protect reefs as a whole. So I've been working full-time as a professional artist in Los Angeles for the last 8 years. This work in particular is my largest work that I've done yet, and it took me about 8 months to build. Overall, the entire project, including proposals and everything, took about 2 years. Yeah, so I love all the really colorful, crazy-looking pieces. I think the central spiral is special to me because that took me a really long time to build. It took me about 2 weeks of just really focused work, and then I do really, but each of them is special and kind of part of the whole.
When you were trying to
Yeah, I am really fond of Indonesia, and I've loved visiting. I've visited 7 times in the last 3 years, and I hope to come back again soon. It's my favorite place to get inspiration for my work, and so I would love to have more opportunities to do work here. Yeah. Sea fans are very fragile, as you might imagine, so I haven't included those in this work. I'm experimenting with some different techniques, and I might experiment with different media to learn how to make those. But I did use some other kinds of soft coral. There's lots of different species, hundreds and hundreds, so some of the pieces are actually representative of soft coral. Like some of the most colorful kind of orange and pink and yellow pieces over there are my interpretation of some kinds of soft coral I've seen. I realized the best example out there to visualize climate change, which is really tough to visualize, is done by corals already in nature because they bleach. They lose their color, and that's a stark transition that we all can appreciate just looking at it. So representing that, I don't need to be creative enough to come up with some new idea. I think corals do it themselves, and they're begging for help, so we just need to appreciate it and try to do that. Yeah. Thanks so much.